How's everyone doing? This is Noah with The Life of the Zigs coming at you with another video pertaining on how to build a retaining wall and dig out underneath your deck and make some more space underneath your deck. If you haven't already, make sure to check out my other video I posted on me rebuilding my deck. It's a good segue into this video as I show you how to install those 4x4 posts that you see right there in the footage and how to put proper footings in. With that being said, here's a nice little after shot of the project, so let's get started. So before I get into the footage and dig deep into this project, I just want to start off by saying I don't have any footage of me actually digging out under the deck. I did this by using a hand shovel, and also, as you can see here, I used it by using my neighbor's tractor. He lent it to me. He helped me out with this project. He also had a 1023 subcompact John Deere tractor that he used as well to kind of get in the tighter spots. So big shout out to my neighbor for helping me dig out under my deck. I was just going to do it all by hand, but he saw me out there one day and he thought he'd lend me a hand and make it a lot quicker than doing it by hand. So thanks to him. So the first step to really getting into building a retaining wall is having a really good base. So I choose to use some crusher run gravel. That's what I had on hand. I already had it. Some people may use some sand or other stuff. Crusher run worked great for me. Made it about 6 inches deep. I compacted it down with a tamper. And then I started laying my retaining wall, as you can see here. The block I'm using here is your standard retaining wall block you can get from Lowe's or Home Depot. It costs about $2.50 per block. And then the caps are as well about, I think, $3. The first row is the most important part of building your retaining wall. You need to make sure all the blocks are level, compact to the ground, and the way and shape you want them. So that's why, as you can see there, I was taking a level, taking my rubber mallet, hammering them down, adding some gravel here and there underneath to make them nice and even. Once that first row, your base is done, it's really easy after that. You just start stacking block after block and put that lip it has on the back against the lower block to catch it. And you just keep stacking. I chose to use construction adhesive on a lot of my blocks. Some people say don't do it, some people say do it. I chose to use it just for longevity and sturdiness of it. It's not a super tall retaining wall, nor does it get a lot of water or runoff. The ground is slanted away from this retaining wall, so there should be no water or moisture issues with that. Speaking of water and moisture with retaining walls, one thing that I thought about doing, but again I decided against, is putting a corrugated pipe at the bottom of this for drainage. Like I said, everything's slanted away from this wall. All the water's running away, it's not coming to, so I'm not really worried about water getting behind that wall. Whereas if I was, I probably would have put like a more so thicker rock behind it for drainage, and then that corrugated pipe to collect that water and shoot it out the downward side of the wall. But I wasn't worried about it for here because everything's slanted away from the wall. Just want to clarify that. Continuing with building the retaining wall, one thing I want to point out is you do see a variance in the colors of the retaining wall. I chose to reuse bricks that were already there because I had a real small retaining wall there under the deck. I wanted to save money that way, and we were deciding to sell this house at the time, so anything to save a little bit of money but still have it look good and function well. They were perfectly fine coming off. Some of them were glued on, really easy to get off, and then you just restack them on. Over time, the color should fade to the same as the other colors. Real quick as well, a good tool to have here is some sort of cement or block cutting saw. I have a 16-inch rotary saw I bought off Amazon for like $200. I use this for other projects here. It was a real good purchase. You can find something for cheaper on Amazon most likely, or you could even just use a chisel and a hammer. However, they may have some rough edges and will not be as precise. Looking here, we are pouring some rock in the retaining wall. I had to buy a couple bags of pea gravel, which I chose to throw behind the rock. I also did put landscape fabric behind the retaining wall to kind of help hold that mud, dirt, and debris back off of it. And then after I put the rock in and everything, I folded the landscape tarp back over and put down some topsoil to help kind of grow some grass there and kind of lock everything in eventually. Alright, so this is day 2 of the project right here. I got the retaining wall and all that done in about a 10-hour day. So day 2 here, I'm starting to lay out some of my pea gravel, make some measurements, and now I'm putting down the landscape fabric so it kind of just protects the rock from that dirt and any debris that would come up, and also weeds. I'm not going to get a whole lot of weeds under there, but you still could get some. Now on to putting the pea gravel down. That's the rock I chose to put under here. I thought a small fine rock with that tannish color would go well with the house. All I did here was I went to Lowe's and I loaded up a ton of bags of my trailer. Well, they helped me load it up. And then I just started taking bags and dumping it all over the ground. It's about a 2-inch thick coating. I know some of you may say, well, why didn't you just go to a landscape supply yard and have them pour it in? It's going to be cheaper. According to my calculations, it was actually going to be cheaper for me to go to Lowe's and get the rock, plus the bags make it a whole lot easier and neater. So that's why I chose to go with the bags. They were on sale at the time when I did it. I'm not sure what the price is now, but I will link it in the description down below. Also, when it comes to measuring, it's really easy. It says on the bag what square footage it covers. I had a 2-inch depth, so I just followed that and multiplied my square footage area by the number on the bag, and that gave me how many bags I needed. Now I am cutting in some edging where I'm going to stop the rock, and for the edging I chose to use a brick with a rounded edge, and they fit in real nice together. And I put them about an inch in the ground, and they stuck up about another 1.5 inches out of the ground to kind of hold that rock away. As this project starts to come to an end here, as you can see, I'm just cleaning up, doing some final touch-ups, raking it all flat. My neighbor was kind enough to lend me his gas-powered tamper, which you don't need to do this, but he lent it to me, so it just kind of helps compact the rock down and kind of get it in there, keep it a little more firm. Over time, though, it will kind of loosen up, especially that pea gravel. You want to also get it wet and kind of let that sand in it settle down to the ground. While I was doing this project, I thought I'd take advantage of me being outside and put some edging back behind my shed where I have some rock and dirt / hopefully grass to meet. So again, what I did with the other edging, I put a straight string, edged both sides, then I took a shovel and scooped that dirt out about 1 inch. Then after I scooped the dirt out, I would throw maybe a little rock here and there to level out, but then I just put the brick in, smacked it down with a rubber mallet, and that was it. It was ready to go. Alright everyone, we're coming to end here in the video. I just want to thank everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed everything. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And also don't forget to check out that deck build video I did, because it goes hand in hand with this one. Thanks for watching.